Welcome back. I'm Dr. Derek Liston. You know, one of the quickest ways to ruin a great jungle expedition is by having several of your teammates sick with vomiting and diarrhea. Careful management and planning of your latrine facilities and your slop pit can rectify this situation. Latrines, of course, are simply holes dug in the ground for human waste, your poop and pee, basically. A slop pit being a hole dug in the ground for your food and kitchen waste. Very important to manage these for the health and safety of your team. Our latrine is actually located right behind us here. We have a nice winding path going up to the latrine. This is for privacy. We've also made the latrine more private by putting a tarp surrounding it. So you have at least some feeling of privacy while you're using the latrine. The other consideration with a latrine, of course, is to keep that well away from your camp. You don't want it around your camp where you're living. You certainly don't want it anywhere near your kitchen facilities. The slop pit, on the other hand, needs to be near enough to your kitchen facilities that it's useful that you're not walking too far away from it. A hole dug in the ground that you can put all of your food waste into. Keep in mind that where there's slop pit, there's food. Where there's food, there's rats. And where there's rats, there are snakes. So you've got to be careful with that. With your latrine, you also want to have that downwind from your camp to make sure that you don't have any unpleasant odors in your camp. The latrine is simply a trench dug in the ground, about a shovel width wide, maybe a little bit wider so that it's comfortable to straddle across, and deep enough in the ground to where that waste can be relatively deep under there when you mound it over with dirt when it's complete. Speaking of that, when it's full or when you're going to leave the camp, you've got to mound that, backfill it with dirt and mound it over with dirt relatively high so that when that night soil decomposes, it will shrink a little bit and that dirt then on top will come down to ground level. Very important. The other thing you have to keep in mind with the latrine is you need a bucket of water and soap there for hand washing. Extremely important that you have a hand washing or antibacterial or both available to your teammates for when they're done using the latrine. We also use a roll like this in plastic with your toilet paper, and we just leave it at the entrance to the latrine, to the walkway to the latrine. This lets us know when somebody's using the latrine. Again, these things are very important for keeping the health and safety of your team. I'm Dr. Derek Liston, and that's your Jungle Minute.